Tottenham, your team, in this game. I mean, I thought you were very good in parts as you've been this season. It's been a fantastic start to your campaign. I know you're a big realist when it comes to Tottenham. But how good are you really, in your opinion? How good are Tottenham right now?
I don't know. I don't know. We're a good team. We're a good team that's had a good start to the season, but we're a team right at the infancy of a manager's tenure. You know, he's come in and completely changed the philosophy and style of play. To be honest, I'll be honest, I didn't think we were good against Liverpool at all. I didn't. Just quickly on that game, the reason why I didn't want the game to go down to 9 men, you know, when fans cheer because a team's gone down to 10 and down to 9 men, I look at it the other way, Terry. I look at it and go, when a team goes down to 10 or 9 men, I don't think enough people actually have the brain capacity to realise that it's more difficult because that team just put every man behind the ball. So I see fans going, you couldn't score against 9 men. But against 9 men, they had 3 centre-halves, 2 fullbacks, 3 defensive midfielders, and it was literally, can we break them down? And unfortunately, Spurs aren't City. We're not at that level where you've got 4 or 5 different players that can prod and probe, and we've got Maddison that can prod and probe, right? But to get back to your question, I think we're a good team. I think we've got a chance of having a very good season, depending on what anybody's individual explanation of good season is. But you know me, I think Tottenham, we're going to struggle. And the reason we're going to struggle, we've got a good 11. We have got no depth at all. And the moment a couple of these injuries kick in, Spurs are going to be found wanting. So the big question for me, Terry, is can we get to the January transfer window unscathed? Right? If we get there unscathed, you add 2 or 3, get a bit of depth. At the moment, I see us being very good for the next 3-4 games. I don't know if you've seen our next 3 games. They look nice, should we say. I'm not saying we're going to win them all, but they look nice. Then I think as we get into December and we have to play 7 games in December, then you're going to see the Tottenham 11 stretched. That's where you're going to start to see injuries and suspensions. And I think Spurs will fall away. But if we can get back into Europe this year, it's been a good year. We've implemented a new style of play. Terry, you called it. I'm a realist about these things. I'm not one of these Spurs fans who's going to sit there and sing songs about Pochettino's dead and we've got Postecoglou instead, when half the fan base didn't even want Postecoglou. I'm not going to sit here and say we're in a title challenge after 7 games. Like, come on, 7 games. If there's 7 games to go and we're a point off the top, I'm talking about a title challenge. So, look, I keep my feet on the ground. It's been a good start. I would like to think that Saturday by 3 o'clock we'll be top of the league because we've got Luton. If you can't beat Luton, then you've got some worries. And then we've got Fulham at home, Palace away. So, good start. Had our luck, rode our luck. But I just think a lot of people can't actually just give any credit, Terry, where it's due. Like you're going to get relegated because Harry Kane's gone. You can't score goals because Kane's gone. Well, we've not seen that, have we? We've not seen that. We're a better team, an all-round team.
We did a show, and I'm pretty sure you remember me saying to I think it'll be a better team without Kane. Not because Kane holds you back, but it galvanizes people sometimes.
Yeah. Listen, it does. I think the key thing was, for years, we were a team that played no sort of football, but had a world-class striker, a truly world-class striker that dug us out of holes. And everyone would go, oh, Tottenham won today. Yeah, we were absolutely crap, but Harry Kane grabbed a goal out of nothing. Now we're not that. Now we're a cohesive team. Everyone seems happy at Spurs. Sonny's being played in the right position instead of on the left now. He's not what he was a few years ago in terms of beating a man and pace, but through on goal, he's clinical. So look, are we doing some good things? Yeah. But mate, you know me. Listen, I'm 40, Terry. I'm 40. If I sat here like all these kids going, title challenge, we're going to win the league. Come on. I've seen Tottenham top at the turn of the year. I've seen Tottenham in title races in January and fall away. So
This is it. I've already put my hands up and said I think I was wrong about Postecoglou. He's done so much better than I thought. Listening to him talk, do you know what it is? I've got a lot of family that are Australian, and he reminds me a lot of uncles and great uncles of mine. And I like listening to the guy. I think the style of football looks brilliant. Mm-hmm. You guys you worry me on the pitch, and you're getting better and better. In terms of what will Tottenham do, it's how you handle pressure. And the example would be this weekend. You've got a chance to go top. You know that Arsenal and City play each other, which means one of the two, if not both, are dropping points.
Wait,
this is an opportunity.
Luton 2, Tottenham 0. Is that what you're saying?
But this is the thing. This is when I know that Spurs have. I've spoken about my club like this in the last decade. Man United's biggest issue in the last 10 years in the Premier League has been the amount of times, whether it's in a top 4 race or maybe the burning embers of a title charge. We go, the team above us has just lost chance to get momentum. The pressure comes in. The amount of times, the Man United fans will tell you this, the amount of times we'd go and lose. Like, how have we just gone and lost to Crystal Palace at home with a chance to go 6 points clear in the top 4 race or a chance to cement ourselves into a title race? Bottle.
Yeah,
pressure.
I agree. That's
the one thing with Tottenham. I think you guys have come into the season. Football's great. Managers, new lease of life. I think Kane leaving. I know your managers weaponized that privately. Guys, I think you guys are going to be crap without him. Weaponized it. The big acid tests are not just going to be the games. It's going to be, let's say you do win your next 3, 4, 5 games and suddenly you're looking really good. Then you start getting the media talk you up about title challenge and Jamie O'Hara has whacked in lyrical on TalkSport. When you start handling that pressure and winning, that's when I'll start to believe more and more and more that you can achieve something, i.e. trophies off the back of this. However, right now, shoo-in might be the wrong word, but I feel like top 4 Champions League football next year. I don't see many teams finishing above you as it stands right now in terms of that as an achievement. And it depends. I don't know if you're someone that considers Champions League football as an achievement or not. But
I mean, from where we were last year, getting Champions League football this year would be an achievement. Look, I see it in every chat I go into. I get used to this as a Spurs fan. I don't think a lot of people are used to having a sensible Spurs fan, right, that will be down to earth about it. Are Spurs going to win anything this year? I don't think so. But from where we were, from what Postecoglou picked up, I wouldn't have expected us to. I truly wouldn't have expected us to. We're not ready. Look, Tottenham have got a wafer-thin squad. Now, let me explain this, right? On paper, we've got a massive squad, Terry, right? On paper, we need to sell players. But as I said, we have got...
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. Right, let's put it this way. If Van de Ven or Romero get injured, right, Eric Dyer's back in your 11. Okay, at the moment, without any January reinforcements, right? If James Maddison gets injured, James Maddison is our everything. I don't care. I've been calling for this guy for years. James Maddison is everything. He's our key to unlock defenses. He's our creator, our set piece taker. He's one of our captains. What happens when James Maddison's injured? There's no one you can bring on like him. If Basuma goes, you're back to people like Højbjerg and Skip. Right, I could do this throughout the whole of the pitch, mate. Right, if Udogie gets injured, we're back to Ryan Sessegnon. If Pedro Porro gets injured, it's Emerson Royal. Right, if Sonny doesn't play, you've got Richarlison. So this is why, as I said, football fans can't see past that, Terry. And I should know. I've got a massive nose, right? Football fans can't see past the end of that. What's happening right now? Nice, good. But when people say to me, Sava, just get more on board with it and we're going to win the league. And I'm like, whoa, slow down, because I can predict this is happening. The moment you get a few injuries, Tottenham will struggle. Yeah, 7 games in December. Bearing in mind at the moment we're playing every 7 or 8 days. We'll be going to playing every 3 or 4 days with this 11. Then you're going to start to see the drop-off. And Terry, we've got the African Cup of Nations in January. 2 of our midfield 3 go to that, Sarr and Basuma. And at the same time, Sonny's going to be playing for South Korea in the Asian Cup. So I keep my feet on the ground.
Feet on the ground, yeah.
See how it goes.
I think that's very fair. You've had everyone's had injuries, but again, this is not a dig, and everyone always takes these things as a dig. I know that you won't. Compared to a number of teams, you've been quite blessed in terms of key players not getting injured so far this season.
At the moment, for sure, yeah.
Exactly. And that's why I think it's right to keep your feet on the ground. And I've said to a lot of Spurs fans, enjoy it and celebrate it. but you're also in a very privileged position where the media is not putting pressure on you. So why apply more to yourselves? Because we know that pressure matters. We know that we've had every single athlete who's worth his or her salt talk about handling pressure, the build up to it. How some people it inspires. You know, do I think Mo Salah, Greg Rutherford, Jess Ennis on Super Saturday at London 2012? Do I think that pressure and that adrenaline helped them? Yes. There are some people that crumble under that level of expectation. And all I'm saying is about Spurs, historically, you crumble more than you rise to the occasion. So as fans, use your brains. And I know everybody wants to be. Our clubs are an extension of us. They're almost like a fashion accessory in 2023. And if my club's doing well, I want to rep them massively because it makes me look. Some people actually think it makes them look better as people if they support a successful football club. Like, it's very weird. Like, I don't quite get it. Maybe be a young person's thing. It was very weird. Like, I told someone the other day, like, my brother supports like Norwich, and they laughed. I went, "What are you laughing at?" They went, "Oh, imagine supporting a team like that." I'm like, brother, it doesn't make anyone in my generation. No one thought any more or less of you based on what football team you supported. Maybe watching. Maybe it's different for you, man. Now, maybe for younger people, the football team you support is as important as your politics. I don't know. Again, as a kid, no one spoke about politics either. We didn't do any of that bullshit. We just had a laugh. But yeah, I just look at it and go, don't apply unnecessary pressure to yourselves, because I think you guys would thrive more being dark horses, if that makes sense. But you know, the football looks great. The football looks absolute top quality from you guys at the moment. And every Spurs fan should be chuffed.
Do you know what? Listen, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. Listen, I'll be honest, against Liverpool, listen, I'll be honest. I went on with Rance, and Rance called it out. I thought it was right. He said Liverpool and Spurs are similar football teams, but Liverpool in the way they play, but Liverpool are just a couple of years ahead. And I couldn't disagree with him. Liverpool for me looked like more of the finished article. Liverpool's forward line compared to ours looked brilliant. Yeah. I thought they looked brilliant. The difference between Diaz and Salah versus Kulusevski and Richarlison was there to there, right? So I can acknowledge that. What I hate is, you know, when football fans go, like, you're going to ask me in a minute, I don't know, about Man City or Chelsea or something and winning leagues and stuff, and people will go, "Oh, what does he know? He's a Spurs fan." Well, so the only people that are allowed to talk about winning trophies are fans of Man City. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, I never understand
what's dumb about that logic is, based on that logic, unless you support in England, unless you're a Liverpool fan or Man United, like a Liverpool fan, don't talk to me as a Man United fan, because none of you can have as much knowledge as me, because my club is more successful than all of you. It don't make sense. It's dumb. It's absolutely dumb. I agree. It's just dead banter, really.